सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Shloka number 23. Sattvam rajastameti prakrite gunaste Sattvam rajastameti prakrite gunaste Yukta parapurushaye karihasya datte Yukta parapurushaye karihasya datte Siddha सिद्ध्यादये हरिविरिञ्चि हरेति संज्ञा स्थित्यादये हरिविरिञ्चि हरेति संज्ञा श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतनोर्नृणांस्युः श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतनोर्नृणांस्युः. Translation proposed by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. So we will chant the Mangalashan prayers and we will study the purport gradually. Om Jnana Chakshurudipam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobisham Savitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamyam Dadati Swapanandikam Bhakti-ham Shri Guru Shri Yudhavamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Samadanam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saradhananda Shri Vishakam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nidhamine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Asarvate Sarini Vanchakalpatarvamyascha Kripasindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauravise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabdho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kamala Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripite Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this section is about. So now we just finished the gradual progression of the bhakti and to its point of prema, like bhava and prema. So then after that, a shloka that described. So many personalities in the past had rendered this devotional service and they have attained the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. And so after finishing that, so this particular shloka actually comes. So Sattvam Rajastama Iti Prakrite Gunastai Yukta Parapurusha Eka Ihasridatte Sthityadaye Hari Virinchi Hareti Samya Shreyam Sitatra Sattva Tanor Nunamshi. So one of the important teachings of Krishna consciousness is that everything that exists is nothing but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And at the same time, there is difference, also, and there is oneness also. So like this world, we see that so many different varieties are there in this world. So which seems to be like material. So but then it is also part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here in this particular shloka, it is mentioned that transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts these three qualitative forms, that is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. So there is nothing that is separated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then, when this particular subject is discussed, often this confusion comes that so our philosophy is explained through a set of shlokas in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7.4, 5 and 6. So the 7.4 says, Bhumir apo anala vayo kammano buddhirevcha ahankara mityamne vinna prakriti rashtara. So like earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. So these 8 constitutes what? These 8 constitute? Huh? Separated material energy. Just now we discussed that nothing is separate from Krishna. So then how it is separated energy? And here also it is mentioned that the Supreme Lord is associated with the material modes, namely passion, goodness and ignorance, um, like indirectly associated. So what is this indirectly associated, and how do we understand everything that exists is connected to Krishna, and at the same time some things are described as separated from Krishna. So this is a very important thing to be understood, important philosophical point to be understood. So one basic understanding is that nothing is separate from Krishna. No, that is very, very important understanding that needs to be there. So there is another shloka in the Vedic scriptures. It says that Ekadesha Sthita Shakne Jyotsna Vistarina Yatha No Parasya Brahmana Shakti Yadena Mahilam Jagat. So that just like Ekadesha Sthita Shakni, Agni is there, fire is there, it is present in one place, but then still it is spreading its light everywhere. Jyotsna Vistarina Yatha. Now how maybe a tube light, it's present in one place, but it is illuminating the whole room, right? So in the same way, Parasya Brahmana Shakti Atetam Ahilam Jagat. So how do we describe the whole creation? It is nothing but the expansion of energies of the Supreme Personality of God, right? And here also it is mentioned, this Bhumi Rapa Anala Vayu Kammana Buddhirevicha Ahankar Mitiyame Vinna Pratyadarshada. It is separated material energy, separated energies of the Lord. So, but one thing that has been acknowledged here is it is energy of the Lord, right? So, like it is not having a different source, apart from the Lord. So, how is the Lord connected to these material energy? It is not something like, I created a software program and the program is running on its own and I am living on my own. So, there is no connection between me and that creation of mine, right? So, I build a building. The building exists on its own and I exist on my own. So, but Lord and its creation is not so much detached also, The Lord and its creation is always connected, So then how do we understand? So it is like something like this. If the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, and the devotees of the Lord and the Dham of the Lord, holy name of the Lord, everything is connected to the Lord so closely. The material world is something like this. The connection is something like this, It is connected, but it is separated by a distance, Something of that sort, we can actually understand. Because without the presence of the Lord, without the existence of the Lord, there is no possibility of anything existing. So, in fact, in the whole creation also, if we see, like first Krishna expands into Balaram, Balaram expands into Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, and then like in further expansions, like Mahavishnu comes, and from Mahavishnu there is innumerable universes that expands, and inside each of the universes, the Lord has to enter into as Garbhadaksha Vishnu. And then, like after that, Garbhadaksha Vishnu creates Brahma, and from Brahma, like he creates further creation. So, at every level of creation, you see the Lord's involvement is there. The whole of material creation, Mahavishnu has to enter. And then whole of one universe, Garbhadaksha Vishnu has to enter. And after Brahma creates everything in this world, nothing is active. Then again, Shivakshaya Vishnu has to enter as Paramatma into every single atom, every single living entity. So the Lord has to enter every place and make it active. He is actively present in every strata of the creation. It is not that he is just completely detached also. He is. It is called as separated. It is called as differentiated. So, but still, the Lord's connection it is there, because without Lord's connection, nothing can exist. There is in so many films, past, not now. Like now we don't see any villain. So, but then in the past, like when what is it? Some kind of a demon, who's residing in a big palace, and then somehow or other that demon is killed. Then the whole palace comes crashing down because that palace was sustained by this demon. So it's something of that nature. Like we see that if Lord were not to be in touch, then the whole material creation will not exist. No, it will actually collapse. So everything that exists, one devotee was telling that we are peacefully sitting below this ceiling, with the confidence that it will not fall down. Now, why is that confidence? Because the confidence in the chemical bonding is because of the existence of the Lord. So because the Lord is existing, that is why we are able to function normally. That is why everything that exists is existing. So now here we see that the material modes of nature, they are also having its connection with the Supreme Lord. To what extent? Now here it is mentioned is indirectly associated with the three modes, that is passion, goodness, and ignorance. And now he is coming in contact with these three modes, or he is taking guna avatar. What is mentioned as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva is called as guna avatar. So guna avatar means like the particular modes, to conduct that particular modes, the Lord has to incarnate and then he has to orchestrate that particular modes. Otherwise, without the support of the Lord, these modes also cannot function. So now Brahma, he is not Vishnu Tattva, he is not Vishnu, he is a living entity, but then he is called as a Guna Avatar. So it also calls to the explanation of what it means an avatar. So avatar means like what is the Sanskrit meaning of the Sanskrit word avatar? Huh? Huh? Avataran means like get down. You are sitting in some first floor, you are coming down. It is called avatarati. So it is like descending or coming down. That is called the avatar. So the Supreme Lord coming down to this world is considered to be avatar. So now, like the Lord may come directly, as Vishnu himself, or Lord may depute his power, like the Lord may depute his energy, and that particular energy, like many of the personalities in the scriptures are called as avatars. They are not Vishnu. So any other personalities apart from Brahma and Shiva? Parashuram is a Satyavesha avatar. So, like if Lord were to come and chastise the miscreant kings, how he will do, the same way Parashuram will be able to do. That's the power that he will be having. Any other? Kalki also. Any other? Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha. Ahimsa, he preached. He also is Satyavesha avatar. And Prithu Maharaj is considered to be the ruling potency of the Lord. If the Lord personally comes and rules this planet, how he will rule, same way Prithu Maharaj will be able to rule. So that is the way of the Lord's particular potency is being empowered upon a living entity, and he acts as good as the Supreme Lord. So that is also one kind of an avatar. Either Lord comes personally or Lord sends his power, and that power has been put upon a living entity. And here we see Brahma is called as a Guna avatar, and he is in charge of the mode of passion, and Vishnu is like personally Vishnu himself. So, and he is in charge of the mode of goodness, and Lord Shiva is in charge of the mode of ignorance. It doesn't mean these personalities are there in this particular modes. They are in charge of those modes, right? So it's like somebody who is put as the in charge of cleaning department doesn't mean he's a sweeper. He's like so he's in charge of that department. He may do that work also, but then he is much more than that, right? So in that way, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, so these three are called as the Guna avatars. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. So now we see that all of them are incarnations of the Lord. So then why we cannot go and approach Brahma or Shiva for our ultimate benefit? So why only for Vishnu? So because like everything may be having its connection with the Lord. So for that matter, in the fifth chapter of the first canto itself, this fifth or sixth chapter it will come. So idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Ivetara. What that means, like this Vishwam. Vishwam means this world. No, idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Nivetana. That means this world is nothing but Bhagavan. No, so this is how Narad actually mentions. So like, what does so like, what does it mean? So like, this world is an energy of Krishna, and being energy of Krishna, like it is not different from Krishna. So like simultaneous one and difference we tell now. What is it one, like between which all entities we tell that one and difference? So it is Shakti and Shaktiman. So that these are the two entities that we actually see, and we see that the Shakti and Shaktiman are simultaneously one and different. No, that is how we tell. So Prabhupada often gives this example of fire. Now, fire's energies are heat and light. No, heat and light is, if suddenly if I feel no heat in the Vyasa set, no, then I'll say, oh no, there is fire. No, like I've not seen the fire. I just experience the quality of heat. No, then I suspect there is fire. So without fire, there cannot be heat, and there is no meaning of fire without heat. No, so like both of them are interdependent. No, in the same way, like everything that exists is connected to the Lord, either closely or no at a distance. No, but everything has connection to the Lord. So now Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, no, all of them are representatives of the Supreme Lord, or directly means they, to some extent, they are not different from the Supreme Lord, and to some extent, they are different also. So, but Vishnu is that person who's not different from Vishnu, because Vishnu has to be not different from Vishnu. So, like all others are different also. No, Brahma is, as it is mentioned here, he is an avatar of the Lord. So, in that way, he is not different from Vishnu. At the same time, he is a living entity, and he is not equal to Vishnu. And Lord Shiva is also like that. So, Lord Shiva is much more than Brahma. So, Lord Shiva is like, how do we explain the difference between Shiva and Vishnu? Milk and curd, no? So in during Abhishekam, you might have heard this Brahma Samhita prayers. So in that one nice prayer it comes, Shiram Yada Dadi Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanchayate Nahitada Patahasti Hetu Yat Shamputa Namitata Samupaiti Karya Govinda Madi Purusham Tamanajami. So like Lord Shiva is considered to be like curd, and Vishnu is considered to be like milk. So what all similarities and differences we can take from this milk and curd? Both of them are similar in terms of color. Okay. Both of them similar in terms of a milk product. Okay, both of them are milk products. Fine. Then source is same. Then difference. If you take milk, overindulgence of milk causes indigestion, and taking of curd cures the indigestion. It has completely opposite properties. If you study Ayurveda, you'll see that milk has one property, exactly opposite is curd, and exactly opposite is buttermilk. So like it switches so much actually. So this goes to say, like, simply adding water in the curd and a little bit mixing will not create buttermilk. It will be diluted curd only. So if you want to change the property, it has to be beaten up sufficiently, and the butter has to be removed, and only the milk portion has to be like taken. That is called buttermilk, and that has again completely different this one. Like if you see, milk is very active, but butter is curd is manda. Like if you take curd, everything will become. That is why overactive stomach can be like put down by taking curd. It will make everything manda. So manda prakriti it is. And then like again buttermilk, it again has completely different medical properties. So we see that one thing that is derived is from milk curd can come. From curd can milk be brought? No. So from Vishnu, Shiva can come. From Shiva, Vishnu cannot come. So that is another comparison that is there. So in this way, like we see that, so Lord Shiva, he belongs to which tattva? So he belongs to Ishvara tattva. So Ishvara means the Lord. Lord Shiva is not a living entity. He belongs to the category of the Lord. He is the master. He is not he's a Purusha. He is not Prakriti. So living entities like us, we are Prakriti, but Lord Shiva comes under the category of Purusha. So because he is not as equal as Vishnu, but he is not to the level of living entities also. No, he comes under the category of Master, Ishvara. So but still he is not equal to Vishnu. No, so that is the way like we should understand Lord Shiva. So now let us study the purport. That Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts, should be rendered devotional service, as explained above, is confirmed in this statement. Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattvas, or the lordship of Godhead. So now we see what is his plenary parts. Plenary part means what? What is the word meaning of this word plenary? Complete. It is not completely. It is complete. It is complete. Plenary means complete. So complete expansion of the Lord. And plenary and part. How to understand these two words? Plenary means complete. Part means not complete. So, how to understand these two things? Huh? All qualities. So now both things together, then how to understand? No. This is Vishnu. Vishnu is qualitatively and quantitatively equal. There is no difference between different Vishnu Tattvas. No. So for this, one nice example is given in the Brahma Samhita again. Deepachi Devaki Dashantaram Abhyupetya Deepayate Vivate Hetu Samana Dharma. So this Samana Dharma means Deepa or candle. Prabhupada uses the word candle. If you use a candle and then you light the candle, with the help of that candle you light another candle. So both of them are similar and equal in power. So Vishnu Tattvas, they are same Krishna. They are same person. There is no different person. It is same person. So that is why it is called as plenary. The Lord himself is actually appearing. And then part means he is actually displaying only part of his qualities. So for this, the Vedic scriptures gives a very amazing example. So the moon, different phases of the moon. So if you see a half moon, is that moon cut to pieces? No, the moon is the same moon, but the moon displays a portion of its, portion of its existence or portion. No, only a portion of it. In the same way, when Krishna, it is sometimes you go to some this one like yatra, and then there is no non-AC room. You have paid for non-AC room. So then AC room, they will switch off the AC and then they will give you. The room is AC room. It is full, but then for you only a portion is given. The room is complete. So in the same way, Vishnu or Krishna is complete. He is never deficient of anything. But then when he hides certain of his qualities, so then it becomes different incarnations. So the standard example that is used is the moon, the different phases of the moon. The moon is always complete, but it chooses to reveal only a portion of itself, and that is called a different. This is what is it? Dashami moon or Ekadashi moon, like that. So this is all the moon sthiti, right? So Ekam to, what is the last one? Huh? Purnima. Amavasya to Purnima. So it's considered to be like the tithis, the different phases of the moon. So in the different phases of the moon is not cut to pieces. The moon is the same moon, but then it chooses to display a certain of its qualities. In the same way, plenary parts means these plenary parts are Vishnu Tattvas, means they are complete. Krishna himself complete, but then a portion of them, portion of his qualities are displayed. So then they are Vishnu Tattvas and they are lordships. They are Godhead. So they are not ordinary living entity, right? So from Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladev. The next expansion, the first expansion that happens is Baladev, and from Baladev is Sankarshana, and from Sankarshana is Narayana, and from Narayana there is second Sankarshana. So and then from this Sankarshana, the Vishnu Purusha avatars, Vishnu Purusha avatars, they are manifesting. Purusha avatar means what? What all can be called as Purusha avatar? So the three Vishnus, Mahavishnu and Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Shirodaksha Vishnu. These three are called as Purusha avatars. So they are the cause of this whole material creation. So the Vishnu or the deity of the quality of goodness in the material world is Purusha avatar known as Shirodakshaya Vishnu or Paramatma. So in the Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, now who is that Vishnu? Who is there? Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Just now we read. No? So like the Vishnu or the deity of the quality of goodness. No? Like Guna avatar. No, the Vishnu is there. Who is that? He is same as the Purusha avatar, Shirodakshaya Vishnu or Paramatma. So the Paramatma is called as the same Paramatma actually does the role of mode of goodness, managing the mode of goodness. Right? So Brahma is the deity of Rajas, passion, and Shiva is of ignorance. So they are the three departmental heads of three qualities of the material world. So creation is made possible by goodness of Vishnu, and when it requires to be destroyed, Lord Shiva does it by Tandava Nritya. And Tandava Nritya, the materialist and foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively. Right? So here we see that the creation happens by this one of deity of passion, that is Brahma. So Brahma creates. So even in the creation, there is support of Vishnu is needed, and even in destruction there is support of Vishnu is needed. Without support of Vishnu, neither creation nor destruction cannot happen. So all of it Vishnu is needed actually, and in maintenance Vishnu himself personally takes care. So like that. So, but the pure transcendentalists worship the form of goodness Vishnu in his various forms. Vishnu is manifested in his billions and billions of integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called as Godhead, and the separated forms are called as the living entities, the Jivas. So, what is the Sanskrit term for this integrated form and separated form? Integrated form? No, integrated form and separated form is Swa-amsha and Vibhinna-amsha. This is the two terms that is used. Swa means one's own. Swadharma means my dharma. Swajana means own people, relatives. Relatives are called Swajana. So like that. So in this way, like Swa, wherever this word Swa comes, it means one's own. Swa-amsha means the Lord's own amsha, and Vibhinna-amsha means amsha that is separated from the Lord. So that is called Vibhinna-amsha. So whenever this concept Vibhinna comes, like always you should know that nothing is disconnected from the Lord. It may be called as Vibhinna, it may be called as separated, but nothing is separated from the Lord permanently. It is separated with a distance, that's all. You just like holding the kattal like this and holding the kattal like this. That is the Swamsha and Vibhinnamsha, this one. So like nothing is separated from the Lord permanently. So Vibhinna means it is only separated, it's a notional separation, it is not a permanent separation actually. So the integrated forms are called as the Godheads. The Swamsha means that is Vishnu Tattva, they are called as Godhead. And separated forms, that is Vibhinnamsha, they are called as the living entity Jivas. Both the Jivas and the Godhead have their original spiritual forms. So the Supreme Lord also has pure Satchidananda Vigraha, the pure spiritual form. The living entity also has pure spiritual form. So our spiritual form is covered by this material nature now, but the Supreme Lord's form can never be covered by material nature. That is the difference between the Lord's spiritual form and our spiritual form. The Lord can never be covered by material nature. So both the Jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy. So that is why he is called as Tatastha. Tatastha means what? Marginal. Marginal. And Tata means what? Shore. Shore is neither the ocean and nor the land. It is the shore. It is like border. So Tatastha. So like Tatastha means like the living entity, can the living entity live independently? Only with the support of the Lord, right? So now there is two kinds of support of the Lord is there. One is material nature, another is spiritual nature. So either we have to be there under material nature or we have to be there under spiritual nature. So there is no third place for us to exist. I cannot say like nobody can say that no, he is not materially attached, and at the same time he is not spiritually also attached. So that is not possible. Either one place he has to be attached. So like he should be under the shelter of material nature or under the shelter of spiritual nature. So either one of the shelters is very much necessary for the living entity. So the jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of this energy. So this is a very important understanding. The Supreme Lord can never come under the control of material energy. Why it is so important? Why this understanding is very important? So sometimes devotees will tell that I did so much service to the Lord, but still, no, He gave me so much problem. This means what? Huh? He is ungrateful. No, Lord is ungrateful, and he is influenced by some kind of favoritism and things like that and all, and so like that. So in fact, in the seventh canto of Bhagavatam, the seventh canto, which pastime actually comes? Prahlad and Narsimha, this pastime comes. So there, Parikshit Maharaj starts the seventh canto with this question, saying that you see, like before seventh canto, in the sixth canto and fifth canto, we see that in the fifth canto, though, the sinful living entities are put into a hellish condition and they are tortured. And in the sixth canto, the Lord is actively taking part, of the devotees, and he is, fighting against the demons, and he is putting down the demons and things like that. So now, like Parikshit Maharaj gets a question: is the Lord partial or impartial? No, he is somebody is worshipping him, and he is favoring them, and the demons are not worshipping him, and he is not favoring them. So, like, okay, they are bad people; they should be curtailed. But then, what is the nature of the Lord? Is the Lord partial or impartial? No, is he? No, just because somebody worships him, he becomes partial to him, and just because somebody doesn't worship him, he becomes impartial to him. So, what is the nature of the Lord? So, like, why does he take sides? And that too, the demigods, they, for what reason they go to the Lord? So, most of the times, like, it is the heavenly planets has been, taken off by the demons, and they are creating obstruction in their material enjoyment. Why is Lord getting involved in material enjoyment of some person? Like, let them fight. No, this is like family problem. No, the demons and this one. Demigods, there's this family problem. So both of them are children of no Kashyapa. No, ultimately children of Lord, but then they are children of Kashyapa. So all the devatas they come from the descendants of Diti, and then all the demons they come from the descendants of devatas come from Aditi and demons come from Diti, Daityas. That is why they are called as Daityas, and this ones are the devatas are called Adityas. Right? So now like both of them, they have a family problem. Like while dividing the property, Swargaloka was divided for devatas and Bhuvar Loka. This is Bhuloka and next Loka. Bhuvar Loka was divided for the demons. So they both are like the next planet. They resided. So, but always, the demons think our brothers, they got better property than us. So sometimes when they divide, roadside property goes to one brother, and inside property goes to another person, and always like, this is more higher value, and this guy, he got it. There is always so much of this one, and this is not only in this world, even in the higher planets, this problem is going on, and it is constantly going on. It is not, over. And Brahma so many times they counsel, saying like, whatever comes, by the will of the Lord, just accept. Like, why are we fighting? No, I want that property. This constant fight is going on. So, this is simple, plain material family matter. Why is Lord getting involved in these things? Just because he was worshipped, Lord comes to solve some material problem. The devatas want some material property. So Lord is transcendental. Why is he getting involved in some material subject? He should be like, he should not get involved in all these things. Why is he getting involved? So this is like a big question that Parikshit Maharaj actually puts. It's like a big, what is it? It almost says that the Lord is within the material modes of nature. Somebody does something to him, he becomes like his pet, and then he will do something for him, and things like that and all. And he is coming and taking part in a material fight. Why is he doing all these things? So then, Shukadeva Goswami actually tells, it's an important question that you have put. Now, the answer to this will be beneficial for all the living entities and especially for devotees. So, because devotees should have complete confidence, the Supreme Lord is impartial and Supreme Lord is equal to everybody, and Supreme Lord is transcendental. He doesn't get involved in any material subject anytime. So then how to understand that he gets involved in material fight? So there one nice, these boys, where they are there, these children. So like, okay, no, so this Sridhar Goswami tells one nice point that the Devatas, they approach the Lord saying that, no, they have a problem, they approach the Lord for help, the Lord helps. The demons, they hate the Lord and they want to fight with the Lord, and the Lord fights with them. And the Lord's only purpose is to purify them. No, somebody touches the fire lovingly and somebody touches the fire with hatred. But the fire doesn't know any love or hatred. It only knows how to burn. No, it simply burn. In the same way, the Lord, no, He wants to purify the living entities. Nobody is going to Him. So the Devatas are going saying that, no, we lost our kingdom, please help us. And Lord says, okay, fine, come. No, abhi to kam se kam, aaja. You know. So in my association, you will become purified and you will get liberated. And the demons say like, no, like, how come you take side of the, no, this one, Devatas, no, we want to fight with you. Lord says, okay, fine, I'm ready to fight. You know? So this is the way you will approach me, like, no, I'm ready to purify you in this way. So the Lord, as a neutral party, no, He is just getting involved in these matters only for the purpose of purification of the living entities, but He doesn't have, no, whether the demons take the kingdom or the demigods take the kingdom, He doesn't have, He least bothers about all these things, right? So his only botheration is how the living entities can become liberated, from this cycle of birth and death. So in that way, like, it's a very, very important thing. Like sometimes the Lord may appear to take sides in the material things, but we should always understand the Lord is always beyond the material creation. He is never touched by the matter, and He is always transcendental, right? So in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this thing comes down. Lord's birth and activities are transcendental. What is the shloka? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vedi tatvatah tyakva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. So like Lord's birth and activities are transcendental, and they don't have any touch of materialism. By understanding this, we will not take birth again, right? So otherwise, if we don't understand, we will come up with this kind of ideology, that I did so much of service to the Lord, but still He gave me so much disease, and still. No, like I lost my job. No, what is the use of rendering service to the Lord? So like He is reciprocating like this and things like that. So that means we have not understood, the proper nature of the Supreme Lord, right? So nature of the Lord is completely transcendental. He doesn't take sides. He doesn't does any favor because we are doing any service to Him, or He doesn't ditch us, just because we didn't do any service to Him. He is always equal, and He is always taking care of every single living entity. You see, a living entity like animals, they don't do any devotional service, but still the Lord is sitting as Paramatma, guiding, where is the next meal of that, animal is there. So the Lord is, impartially supporting every single living entity, right? So, so He is always the controller of this energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in this material world, He comes to deliver the conditioned living entities, living beings who are under the material energy. This we detailedly discussed in terms of this pastime. And such living beings appear in the material world with the intention of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the modes of material nature. So that is why one of the names of the living entity, Jiva, is also Purusha. Purusha means what? Enjoyer. Prakriti means the energy enjoyed. So there is only one Purusha, that is the Supreme Lord. So living entities are all Prakriti. This also in 7.5, Krishna mentions that Aparayamitastvanyam Prakriti Vidhi me Param. Now apart from these inferior 8 energies of mind, there is one superior energy of mind. What is that? Jiva Bhuta Mahatma. The living entity is considered to be a Prakriti. But many times the living entity is referred to as Purusha. No, we are not Purusha, but still because we have tendency to enjoy, we are sarcastically called as Purusha. We are actually Prakriti, but we are called as Purusha. So only Supreme Lord is Purusha. So, but then we come into this material world with the intention of being the Lord. So Purusha means male and Prakriti means female. So in this world, like, either in the body of male or in the body of female, everybody wants to enjoy them. Everybody has the desire to enjoy. So that is why, this is like both male and female are called as Purusha in this material world. And then, but ideally we are trying to learn what it means to be Prakriti, what it means to render service to the Supreme Lord, and what it means to gratify and please the Supreme Lord. No, that is the training of devotional service that we are going through, right? So now he comes to deliver the living beings, and such living beings appear in the material world with the intention of being the Lord, and thus they become entrapped by material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. So this material body is nothing but like a jail, and it is different terms of imprisonment. So now I have a shorter term, like human being, maybe like a tree, like a greater term, tree may be living for thousands of years, in one body. Then it is having a greater term of punishment. In that particular punishment, he has got that much term. Now, after finishing that, there is another term of punishment, another term of punishment, like that, like different terms of imprisonment that is there. So now, like the scriptures, when we read, now we get a proper understanding. This is a jail, and this is not a place of enjoyment. So, like nobody will try to buy a 60-40 property within jail. So like, so they will try to see that I have to go out, and in the civil space, now I want to buy property, not in the jail. So like that. So in this way, like no, I long back I heard one joke. In the social media itself, like there was a nice joke was there. So it's like one traveler, he had come to India, and he was going to different holy places. So then he went to one sadhu's ashram, and in the sadhu's ashram, no furniture was there. There was one mat, and he was sitting in the mat and doing his bhajan. And this traveler asked, like, no, where is your furniture? So, and this sadhu told, like, no, where is your furniture? And then this traveler tells, no, I'm a traveler. No, my furniture is there in my country. So, and the sadhu tells, I'm also a traveler. My home is there in Vaikuntha, and all my furniture is there. So, like, it was such a nice this one. So, like, no, it is. I don't know. Like, it is some. It is not a. I don't think devotees made this one, but it is a very thought-provoking, cartoon. Very nice cartoon. It was there. So, in this way, like, the living entities. We should understand this is a material. The material body or material existence is like a term of jail punishment. A term of imprisonment. And so when we understand this, then we will not expand our operation in the material world. We'll keep things to the minimum. Like as much as needed. We will just keep things to minimum, because anyway, like I'm going to vacate this place and I'm going to go back to the spiritual world, and there all the opulences are there. What's the point of increasing my encumbrance, increasing my properties and assets in the material world? So it is only like it is. We are trying to cross over the ocean of material existence. And this body is also sometimes called as the boat. So like this is the boat. Like what does a boat help? How does a boat help? Yeah, help us to cross from this side to that side. In the same way, the human body is considered to be a boat. With the help of this boat, we can perform sadhana, and with that help, we can actually cross over this ocean of material existence. So this boat, this body can act like a boat, to cross this ocean of material existence. So now, like if we are crossing with this boat, like if I have a lighter boat without any like weight in that boat, that is good. Or like so much of heavy weights loads are taken in the boat. Which boat is better to cross the ocean? Lighter boat. So that is the whole thing. The Krishna consciousness actually teaches us that have a lighter boat. Have a lighter life. In that way, like you can cross the ocean of material existence easily. So that is how this thing is mentioned, that we understand this is like a jail, and this is not a place for enjoyment. The spiritual world is the actual place for enjoyment, and this is also like a boat, and we should not overburden the boat with so much of luggages, right? So that is how this is one should look upon this material body, right? So this material body is not seen as a place of enjoyment. The material body is seen as a place of suffering. In fact, in the in the sixth canto, there is a discussion between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. So there, this nice point actually comes. The Yamadutas say like these living entities keep on doing some mistake or other. Some mistake or other they'll keep doing. And to give punishment, we have given this body. This body is the means through which the punishment can be given to the living entity. This body is not designed for happiness. This body is designed for punishment. So with that body, if we try to enjoy, so then how we will enjoy? Like for example, if you want to go to yatra, like to Mayapur, and how will you go? So there are many different ways. There are many different vehicles can support you to go from one place to another. So you choose the vehicle called cycle, to go to Mayapur. So is it the right choice? No, it is like you'll be frustrated. Through the way you'll be frustrated. So like that, this body is designed for punishment by the higher authorities, and we are trying to use this body for enjoyment. We will be frustrated. This body is not designed for enjoyment. At least the karma kandis, the materialists, the Vedic materialists, so they aspire for enjoyment. And if you see, they'll keep on doing so much of austerity, so much of rules and regulations and things like that. And you go and ask them, like you wanted enjoyment, no karma kanda. And for that, why are you torturing your body? You're doing so much of austerities. Why don't you enjoy? He will laugh, like with this body, enjoyment, it's not possible. I want to go to heavenly planets and enjoy. That is the body to enjoy. If somebody wants to do material sense gratification, he will aim to go to heavenly planets and he will enjoy. So the Vedic materialistic people, they see that, Kali Yuga people, if they say like mast maja body and enjoy body and things like that, they will laugh at them, with this body, we were having better bodies in the previous ages, with that we thought like enjoyment is not possible, we want to go to heavenly planets, and with this, what is that, repair means like completely faulty body. When Kali Yuga, everybody's body is like faulty only, with that body you are trying to enjoy, what a fool you are, like that. So in this way, like this body is designed for punishment, it is not designed for happiness. And an intelligent person will use this body as a boat, to cross over this material existence, right? So the personality of God and the prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under the instruction of personality of God, and at the conclusion of the Kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Lord Shiva. So, but as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu, as much as the state prison house is maintained by the state. Anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of the prison house of the material existence, which is full of miseries like the repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must please the Supreme Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu was worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities for temporary relief from different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Varuna, etc. So no demigod, however, can release the imprisoned living entity from the conditioned life of material existence. This can be done only by Vishnu, therefore the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of God. So the demigod worship, like we see that, there are different people who does demigod worship. And they cannot expect to get liberation by doing demigod worship. Liberation is only possible by worshipping Mukunda. Now, what is this meaning of this word Mukunda? The generally is put along with Dadati. Dadati means to give. So Da means one who can give, and Mukunda means like Mukti Data. Like one who can give Mukti is called as Mukunda. So like any other word which ends with the Govinda. Govinda means what? Giving pleasure to the cows. So Go means cows, and the Lord who gives pleasure to the cows is called Govinda. And Mokshada is also same as Mukunda, like one who can give moksha, like that. So like this, this is little bit of Sanskrit also we can learn in this way. So this is, we see that the Devatas, the worship of Devatas, like the Vedic system of worship of Devatas, how the Vedic system of worship of Devatas is performed. So now, in the 4th canto of Bhagavatam, if you see, there is nice description of Daksha Yajna is described. So in the Daksha Yajna, one important phenomena that has been described. So like Daksha is performing yajna in order to become more and more powerful, more and more expert, and to lord over the material creation and things like that. And there was a family problem, between Daksha and
Lord Shiva. So what is the problem?
Shiva did not respect.
Shiva did not respect Daksha. So what is the relationship between Shiva and Daksha?
Father-in-law.
Daksha was father-in-law and Shiva is son-in-law. Any other relation? Any other way they are related? Who's father of Daksha? Huh? Brahma. Father of Lord Shiva? Brahma only. No. And who came first? Lord Shiva came first. So in the creation, like Lord Shiva came first. After that, बाद में पैदा हुआ Daksha. So that is one thing is there. Later on, like he became father-in-law. So like this is one of the things we see that amongst devotees also sometimes misunderstanding happens. So like this person is junior to me. In what way? Maybe like there is like every devotee has multiple relationships. So one is maybe relationship in terms of like he is Bhakti Vriksha member and he's a leader probably. And probably he would have come to Krishna consciousness much more before, and he would have come later. So that is one thing is there. So somebody might have taken initiation before and later. And somebody may have nicely developed in their bhakti. They would have, what is the parameter to judge the bhakti, advancement of bhakti? Okay. That's what progress. How do you measure the progress? Huh? How do you measure the progress? So two things that are always taken as a very standard indicator, jnana vairagya. So these two things are considered to be a standard indicator. So how much he becomes detached from the material things, and how much he has developed attachment to Krishna. So this is the standard parameters, two standard parameters to evaluate. So like for ourselves also, we see that how much I have made advancement. Am I getting more pleasure in chanting and pleasure in reading Srimad Bhagavatam, pleasure in hearing about Krishna and things like that. And previously I used to enjoy the prasadam for taste. Am I still doing that? Or I am doing it as a devotional service? Or like my material enjoyment, is it reducing or is it increasing? With that I can see that whether I am making progress or not. Right? So like this various parameters are there, but a devotee always, or like whenever this kind of problem happens, always we choose in a relationship where we are superior and still I did not get respect. There may be multiple other relationships where we are junior also, but we may not take all those relationships. Daksha, he did not took that. Lord Shiva was created first in the creation, and later I came, into the creation. So he is superior to me in the creation, and he is also like much more renounced. Lord Shiva doesn't even have a house, and Daksha is having big opulence. Like he is much more renounced. In fact, Lord Shiva is much more advanced in spiritual consciousness, and Daksha is still hands-on with the material nature, right? So like he didn't see all these things. He saw that I am father-in-law, he is son-in-law, and he should stand up and give respect. So nobody, no Devata used to expect this kind of this one, because everybody knows Brahma and Shiva are a class apart. They don't have to offer respects to any other Devatas because they're all like children. Like a father will never offer obeisances to children. Maybe like sometimes the father may take some favor from the children. It doesn't mean that the son has become bigger than the father. So like that. So these these gradations are there. So now in the Daksha Yajna, this thing happened, and later on, so Daksha, like he did not invite the next Yajna. Daksha did not invite Lord Shiva, and then he was performing Yajna. So Yajna means, in that detailed description is there. Yajno vai saha. Yajna means Vishnu, and they would perform Yajna to satisfy Vishnu, and the share of that Yajna is given to different devatas. So that is how Vishnu Prasad is being distributed to different devatas. So we ourselves, we don't take any prasad, which is not offered to Vishnu. So devatas are higher beings than us. How will they take anything apart from Vishnu Prasad? So, like proper way of worshipping devatas also is to first worship Vishnu and give the Vishnu Prasad to the devata, and then ask a favor from the devata. So now, if somebody directly worshipping a devata, then what does it mean? It means it is demoniac. Direct worship of devatas is demoniac. So proper system of worshipping devatas is to invoke the presence of Vishnu. Like even if you see analyze the mantra of Ganesh Homa, like so many people do this Homa, right? So like if you analyze the mantras, first Vishnu mantra will be chanted. Vishnu is Yajna Purusha. Yajna Purusha will be established, and then Vishnu Prasad is given to Ganesha, and then Ganesha is requested, okay, you please remove all the vignas, all the obstacles in the process of my business or something like that. So like that, the whole process, if you see the mantras, like if you analyze the mantras, this is the way of proper demigod worship. If somebody says, I'll exclusively keep a demigod and worship, that is demoniac. No, that is not proper system only. Worship means it has to be routed through Vishnu. Then only it is worship. So there is, without exclusive worship of Vishnu is allowed, and worship of devatas through Vishnu is allowed. Vishnu is allowed, and exclusive worship of devata is not allowed. No, that is not the scriptural regulation. There is no rules to worship devata separately, without the this one of Vishnu. So that gets into demoniac form of worship, and so one should not perform such kind of this one. So now we see that like even if we want to go the legal way of worshipping the devatas, then we will get only the material benefits. If we want spiritual benefit, then we should directly approach the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So that is how the proper this one, what goal that we want, accordingly we can approach different personalities. So with this, I pause today's discussion. Any questions or comments we can take up? Yes, go.
Harikshetra. So one question. See, when you said a boat should carry less load, you can't go to you can't cross it. So related to that, consider that person has learned a lot. He has converted into so many plots or something, but he left. So those plots or anything, whatever, his resonance are used in the wrong way. That means he will take working because
so he has to no, it is the misusing one's property after his after his departure.
Yes.
So it becomes rightful share. Now the ownership is transferred. Rightfully the ownership is transferred to the rightful people. So now if there is any gadbad in the ownership, so whoever is cheated, he'll get the gadbad. So like that. And so further, how that property is utilized, I don't think this person will get any. Not sure. We have to analyze that particular person. So this is there is a civil code is there, the law of inheritance. There is full set of rules and regulations is there. About law of inheritance. So we have to study that. To understand how this division has to happen, and even our the law of inheritance in the government that has come from the Manu Samhita, the law of inheritance that is there. So that has to be studied to see where all the karma goes.
The reason is I'm just reading into the spiritual activities. The load on us, if we concentrate on the Lord, where we don't need to develop all those things, which we don't know what we have to, even though I'm in the mode of going back to God. But these things, additional attachments, material things.
No. See, now what happens for a devotee's case, if he relinquishes during his lifetime itself, if he relinquishes saying that, I've given my properties to different people and maybe a share to the Lord and things like that, I have completely disowned my properties. So then he's given up from that point itself, he is given up. Yeah. So then it cannot affect him. So he should renounce. That one point is the physical division of properties. Another thing is at heart whether he has given up his attachment to the property. So if he has not given up the attachment to the property, then also it continues. The attachment is based on how much I feel. It is my property. So that is also there. It's not just legal procedure. No, it is also like heart. In the heart, like if I feel it is my property, then anything happens there, it affects me. So subtle connection is there.
So another question, see when soul leaves the body, so Srila Prabhupada used to say that you do so much things like all good karma. So you enjoy and come to the earthly planet and you have to take a birth in the planet. So is it something, how about the sinful, like the sinful reaction, the cause of the sin? Again, they will go to
It's in the pipeline.
yes.
It's in the pipeline. No, whatever we keep doing, it gets added to the pipeline.
So now, when they come to the earthly planet, what it desires, see, when some person is taking birth in a no facility or they are struggling for food, right? This is something, their reactions are not cleared in the Yamalok or something.
Oh, okay.
So,
So that is over baggage is cleared there.
over packages.
Over baggage is cleared there.
Okay.
So, like when it comes to a living entity comes to a certain level of baggage of sinful reactions or pious reactions, then he is sent here. So, over baggage of punya is cleared in the heavenly planets,
Okay.
and over baggage of sin is cleared by giving birth in the lower animals and things like that, or hellish planets and things like that. And through that, the over baggage is cleared. So, when they come here, a certain amount of baggage is still there.
Okay.
So, not all sins are completely finished.
And
Harikshetra Prj. We discussed about three modes of material nature: caution, goodness, and ignorance. Prabhu, how do you understand? We said that Brahma is the manifestation of caution, and Lord Shiva is the
No, in charge.
in charge. Okay. Why ignorance, Prabhu? Why his ignorance is such a thing which Lord Shiva has to be in charge of? And second question to that.
No. Why? What is the problem in this question?
No, ignorance, I mean, why is that has to be manifested and why somebody has to be in charge of it?
Why ignorance has to be manifested? Without manifesting ignorance, you cannot exist in the material world. The moment you want to enjoy separately from Krishna, that is possible only if ignorance is injected. Otherwise, how will you be separate from Krishna?
And parallel question to that is Lord Shiva's responsibility is it only destruction or is there anything else that
Destruction.
only destruction at the end of the
Yeah. So that is in terms of as his post as Guna Avatar, in charge of ignorance, his function is destruction, and then as his post as the sampradaya, head of a sampradaya, Rudra sampradaya, he has the role of disseminating the spiritual knowledge to people.
Students of yours. So when we asked them, they were not able to reach Vishnu out there, Purusha out there. Why only in other Sampradaya we follow this three Purusha out there?
No. It is common. It is a Vedic principle.
Yeah, Prabhu, like we asked whether he is Garbhodaya Vishnu or Shirodaya. He was backward. Who are
Who?
they? The one who was guiding. He went with us, inside the temple you were showing.
Yeah.
We were with him. Bhakti Prabhu was asked, who Vishnu is. He was backward. Who are they? Like
No. He knows those things, but then they don't know specifically Ranganath is deity of which Vishnu. That's all. They know about Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu. Yeah. It is common scripture. There's one scripture only everybody are studying. There's no different scripture for it.
So one more question, like these three Gunavatarams, the position will be changed by personality. Like Brahma will be changed.
Yeah.
Even the Shiva.
No, Shiva is same. Shiva and Vishnu are the same personalities.
Only the
No, they are not like living entities. You don't have a second Shiva, but there is only one Shiva.
Can you regulate about the Shiva, the many names still given. What is the hierarchy of various?
See now, if you see the original form of Shiva, he is called as Sadashiva. So Sadashiva is like in the border of the Vaikuntha planet, border between the Vaikuntha planet and the material world. So if you see Sadashiva's form, it's almost like a Vishnu Murti only, 400 form, no? And that Sadashiva, he actually expands as Lord Shiva in this material nature. So why Lord Shiva actually comes? Because this is the material nature. The energy of the Lord is there. The energy cannot function without the energetic, the Supreme Lord. But there is one technical problem here. The Vishnu will never come in touch with the material nature. No? So that is why Vishnu actually takes a transformed form as Lord Shiva to come in touch with the material nature. No? Mother Parvati is the material nature, so she is also expansion of Lakshmi, and in the same way, like Lord Shiva is also expansion of Vishnu. So, but then, as Vishnu, he doesn't come in touch with the material nature. But for the creation to happen, this combination is very much necessary. That is why the Shiva Linga, if you see, like it is a Parvati and Shiva combination, that's the source of the entire material creation. Shiva Linga is considered to be the source of entire material creation. So, like Lord Shiva is the original father, and Mother Parvati is the original mother of the entire material creation, right? So, and so for that reason, Lord Shiva had to, like it's a different. The Lord Vishnu had to expand in this form, as we discussed, like milk and curd. So he had to expand in this form, to come in contact with the material nature. And then there is many, just like how Vishnu, he personally incarnates or he empowers a living entity with his Shakti, and Shakti Avatar happens. In the same way, like Rudramshas can be also created. So like Rudramshas are incarnation of Lord Shiva, where it is not personal incarnation of Lord Shiva, but then Lord Shiva's potency is being invested upon a living entity. They are called Rudramshas. So like, so they also perform the function of Lord Shiva. So but then they are living entities, like that. So but then Shiva is like Vishnu is one, in the same way Shiva is also one. There is no multiple Shivas, that is there. Lord Shiva is in mode of goodness. Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Brahma is the original Brahmana. He has to be in mode of goodness. And passion is, he is in charge of the mode of passion. That means he is not in mode of passion.
So whoever are conditioned with that mode, they are helping those conditioned souls.
No, these modes have to function, right? So this modes is an entity, so they have to operate these modes. Just like if you manage a bhakti center, so somebody has to do the job of a sweeping, and somebody has to set up the class, and somebody has to give the class, and somebody has to sing, and all these things are there, right? So but all of them are devotees. They take different roles to do that particular task. So in the same way, the living entities, they require these three modes to function. So these are all like very exalted personalities. They actually take charge of different modes, and they facilitate these actions to happen. And because they are not as transcendental as Vishnu, sometimes they may come in touch with these modes. Sometimes they may get influenced by these modes. Brahma and Shiva, sometimes they may get influenced by these modes. But in general, they will not be influenced. They are also transcendental personalities. Yes.
So Indra is appointed for this earth or for this universe?
What is it?
Indra.
Indra?
Is appointed for this universe or for this earth or? Because we have so many planets.
Indra is appointed for.
Indra is appointed for?
The universe.
Oh, okay. So this is the set of devatas. They actually managerial devatas. They are concentrated in the middle region. Bhu, Bhuvar, and Swarga. This is the middle planetary system. And Indra is the ruler of this head of all the devatas. Like that. So Indra doesn't have jurisdiction in the upper planetary systems like Janaloka, Kapaloka, Maharloka, and all. Like they are much more elevated than Indra himself. So like his jurisdiction doesn't go to that region. So the region is like primarily the middle region and lower region. That's where these people actually control.
So my question is, I don't know if somebody will ask that. In this solar planets and so many other planets are there. How this Indra's role in other planets?
Rain is there, water is there everywhere. Wherever water is there, rain is there, his control is there. Yes.
You said Lord Shiva is created by Brahma. So that I speak Lord
Shiva is created by Brahma. Since he is not a Jiva Tattva,
how that creation we have.
See, that way, like, who's father of Krishna? Nanda and Yashoda or Vasudeva and Devaki. And Krishna is existing much before. So Lord Shiva as a personality is existing much before than Brahma. So, but there is a sequence in which the personalities are introduced within this creation.
It's not like Vishnu comes, Shiva also comes in.
Shiva also comes as an incarnation through Brahma. He comes inside. He takes birth from the middle of his, between his eyebrows. Lord Shiva.
From the Amsha of Sadasiva. History is opposite.
Yeah. So there is a way in which people, all these personalities enter into the universe. Somebody becomes father, somebody becomes son, and things like that. But that is not their original position. In original position, Shiva is much greater than Brahma. So, but in terms of introduction or how did they come inside this world? Okay, like Lord Shiva became the son of Brahma. So in that way, like Lord Shiva also sometimes offers respects to Brahma. And there are cases, in the Samudra Manthan pastime, when Shiva is supposed to drink poison, so Brahma also goes and prays to Lord Shiva. So like his father, but still he also goes and prays. So because Lord Shiva's capacity is much more than Brahma.
In case of Vishnu, is not the case. Vishnu is Vishnu Avtar, so it's not to Brahma.
Vishnu also, see, when he comes inside, he accepts a father and mother like Nanda and Yashoda or Vasudeva and Devaki. And then when Brahma comes or somebody comes, like he also respects him, saying that okay, some devatas come or some rishi munis come, like Lord also plays the part as a human being. Sometimes he plays the part of a human being, sometimes he shows himself as a supreme Lord. So like that.
So divinity is a separated parts of Krishna, but it's also they are not separated, they are always connected. So it's not even understanding.
So simultaneously, separated means like this, separated at a distance, not hands-on. Like Vishnu Tattva is like this, and living entities is like this. That way we should understand. So it is separated, but still connected.
The thread is what?
Huh? Thread is Vishnu Maya itself is a thread. He himself. Yeah. So that thing which is there in the superior energy of Krishna, like under the protection of Lakshmi Devi or the spiritual energy, so that is considered to be like in very close proximity of the Lord. And that which is under the shelter of material energy, that is considered to be separated from the Lord.
What is present as Paramatma still connected with the
That is also there. The Lord is present as Paramatma, and in that way also he is connected. Multiple ways he is connected to the living entity.
Actually, confusing is actually they used to say it's actually sleeping in the Milky Ocean. So Milky Ocean means obviously zero level civilization. That's not my understanding. But again, like this now that lotus star of Brahma is there, then that means he's a control level civilization. So confusing is that it's not easy.
Let the confusion prevail.
What he said is Prabhu, this is the Paramatma.
All three Vishnus function as Paramatma. So, like if you see, Mahavishnu functions as Paramatma, collective Paramatma of the entire material world, and Garbhadaksha Vishnu is the Paramatma of the universe, and Shiradaksha Vishnu is the Paramatma of individual living entities. So, every level the Lord actually has to be there to take care of the operations at that level. So, in that way we see like all three Purusharthas are acting as Paramatmas. And primarily we call Shiradaksha Vishnu as Paramatma because he is the one who is acting as Paramatma of the living entities. But all of them, others also, they are acting as Paramatmas at different levels. So still, doubt prevails. Gandrashna Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhaktananda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Harikshetra Prj, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for taking your time and coming over here and